PDP-Laban appears to be seeing a wider rift within its party, exactly a month ahead of its National Assembly. The Health Department is set to conduct an investigation into reports that some ICUs in Metro Manila are now at full capacity. Face shield or no face shield? President Duterte has yet to decide on the matter. But what does the Health Department and other medical experts have to say? Grab suspended its delivery partners who were involved in homophobic posts against BTS. And Laban Pilipinas Puso. It's Gilas Pilipinas versus Indonesia tonight at the FIBA Asia Cup Qualifiers. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Charles Lejano. PDP-Laban members are planning to hold another assembly next month, but as early as now, tensions are already flaring between individuals and groups within the party. Who's backing whom? Los Baños tells us in this report.
Is PDP-Laban seeing a wider rift within its party? For now, speculation points to a yes. Two leaders refused to attend the party's National Assembly on July 17. Party President Manny Pacquiao and Executive Vice Chairman Senator Coco Pimentel. For Pacquiao, the assembly to be led by Party Vice Chairman Energy Secretary Al Cusi is unauthorized. For Pimentel, there have been breaches in internal protocol.
Matagal ko nang sinabi nga kay Secretary Cusi, dahan-dahan sa mga party assemblies.
PDP-Laban Deputy Secretary General Melvin Matibag says it's their loss for not attending.
Mahirap yun. Bakit ayaw mong dumalo, hindi ka dadalo? So, it will be their loss. Kasi I'm sure marami nang excited na dumalo.
As for party support, PDP-Laban Executive Director Ron Monsayac says Pacquiao has the overwhelming support of grassroots and veteran party members. But Matibag insists numbers are on their side, as will be shown by the attendance in July. The two groups also clash on whether to field outsiders or stick to homegrown candidates. Pimentel favors supporting their own.
Para namang walang pagmamahal, walang loyalty at walang belief sa sarili niyang party. So, kung ganyan na lang, di lumipat ka na lang doon sa partido na believe ka.
For Matibag, scouting bets from other parties has its advantage. Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte was recently named a potential pick as PDP-Laban standard bearer. Alongside her father was being egged to run as vice president. Mayor Sara already thumbed down a possible Duterte-Duterte tandem in 2022.
Ang gusto nilang mangyari siguro talaga, ito diretso na natin sabihin. Ang tingnan na lang natin si Senator Pacquiao dahil siya yung nandiyan. Pero hindi naman pwede na gano'n. At the end of the day, the party will choose.
Matibag says they're not discounting Pacquiao as the party standard bearer, but that should be discussed in the assembly. Reporting for News 5, Mean Los Baños, we are One News.
The Health Department is set to conduct a probe into claims of packed ICU beds in Metro Manila. Speaking with the chiefs, Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere says they already reviewed the situation after varying reports on ICU occupancy in the metro. What they found is that only 19 hospitals in the NCR had ICU beds that were almost full. Although Vergere pointed out that the DOH only reports ICU capacity allocated for COVID-19 patients.
What we found out would be that there would be about 19 hospitals that really, when you look at the parameter, they are almost full for their ICUs. But when you look at the number of beds that they have in their hospitals, it's quite small. Some would just have 2 ICU beds, some would just have 3, the others would just have 6. So these are the smaller hospitals that we have in Metro Manila. And one of the things that seemed strange because the numbers were not equating to this full ICU. So we will be conducting further investigation.
The face shield policy is now in limbo as Malacanang confirms that President Duterte has yet to make a final decision on the matter. Maricel Halili reports.
Face shield or no face shield? There's now a growing debate if the additional protection should be abandoned.
Agree po ako doon. Kasi ang hirap po, di ka makakahinga. Tapos, nakakaduling po. Mas maganda pa yung dati na walang face shield, walang face mask.
Pag mababa na po siguro yung cases, siguro pwede na po nila ibaguhin yung protocol.
Pagka yung matao na may nakakasalubong ka, parang medyo nakakailang pa din. Kasi, di ba, sabi nila airborne yung yung COVID, di ba, yung virus.
But it looks like the chief executive himself wants to ditch face shields. In a tweet, Senate President Tito Soto said that as per President Duterte, face shields should only be used in hospitals. Spokesperson Harry Roque confirmed this, but the question is this already a policy?
And when the President has decided, then that's the policy. This is without prejudice to IATF appealing, possibly, no? Alam nyo kasi, ang posisyon naman ng DOH, may mga pagkakataon talaga na dapat isuot pa yung face shield, no?
The Health Department maintains that the use of face shield has always been mandatory, but its removal is allowed in some instances.
You're jogging around, you're doing exercise on your own, o kaya isang open space, tapos wala namang ganun kadaming tao, hindi mo kailangan ng face shield.
Octa Research Fellow Father Nicanor Ostriaco, however, says that face shields are still necessary, especially in places with no ventilation.
So the science suggests that face shields add about 9% additional protection.
For infectious disease specialist Dr. Benjamin Ko, wearing a face mask gives more protection than a face shield. Face shields, he says, only contribute to the country's plastic waste.
The Philippines is one of the biggest contributors to plastics that are found in the environment. And it will take 100 years to dissolve all of these plastics.
After the palace's announcement, the IATF has already recommended to the president to maintain the mandatory wearing of face shields in enclosed or indoor spaces. This includes hospitals, schools, workplaces, commercial establishments, public transport terminals, and places of worships. The existing policy on the use of face shields shall remain in effect while waiting for the president's decision. For News 5, Maricel Halili, We Are One News.
The Health Department believes that it's still prudent to wear face shields, especially in closed settings. In an interview with Big Story, Health Secretary Francisco Duque III said their policy on the mandatory wearing of face shields still stands. However, Duque said face shields can be ditched in very well-ventilated open spaces.
It's always an added layer of protection, given that our vaccine coverage is still low at less than 5%. It will always be for the benefit of our people to follow this IATF policy or joint memorandum circular, so that the chances of the COVID virus spreading are much less.
In a separate interview with 1PH sa Totoo Lang, treatment czar Leopoldo Vega also reiterated the IATF's recommendation on wearing face shields. Vega explained that face shields are indeed a necessity in areas with high human interaction.
Yan ang nire-recommend namin sa President, na kung meron talagang high human interaction, so talagang meron ka talagang may crowd o kinakausap sa shopping mall o sa working place mo, kailangan talaga ng other layer of protection. Yun yung face shield sa indoor at sa commercial spaces.
Grab Philippines has suspended a number of its delivery partners who wrote homophobic remarks against K-pop boy band BTS in relation to the public release of the BTS meal. Several Grab drivers complained about the expected surge in Grab food orders and deliveries once the BTS meal became available to the general public today. Some riders even used the infamous BTS bayot line, something that didn't sit well with the public, BTS fans or otherwise. After the comments went viral, a number of ARMY, or members of BTS's worldwide fandom, called for a boycott of the Grab food app and urged other fans to just order their BTS meals through other channels. Other fans called on Grab to take a stand on the issue and subject their riders to gender sensitivity training, while others reminded their fellow fans that homophobia of certain riders should not affect the entire organization and discouraged others from calling for a full boycott. For its part, Grab Philippines said in its statement that it has a zero-tolerance policy for inexcusable behavior, and they also urged consumers to not let the actions of a few individuals affect affect the livelihoods of those who rely on the platform to support their families. Meanwhile, BTS's faithful army expressed appreciation for McDonald's Philippines and their crew for handling the limited time promotion well. Oliver Rabatan, a marketing executive at McDonald's Philippines, said in an interview with Sa Totoo Lang that they briefed their crew about the importance of the BTS meal to Army. Rabatan also said that they also made the effort to ensure that the claiming BTS meals will not turn into super spreader events.
We proactively reached out to mga LGUs and mga barangays. No? So nagpadala kami ng letter sa kanila informing them about tomorrow's launch of the BTS, and they are there to support us naman. No? Ang assurance ng McDonald's is we briefed our restaurants para alagaan yung packaging to make sure na hindi siya magiging oily, nahiwala yung french fries dun sa bag, kasi we know how important yung packaging to our customers, especially to Army.
On now to sports. Jordan Herring, Gio Chu, and Lebron Lopez are set to debut for Gilas Pilipinas in their match against Indonesia later today. After sitting out the team's first match against Korea, they will suit up to replace Javi Gomez de Leaño. JD Tungkab and Mike Nieto will all play in Gilas' second duel with South Korea. Herring, Chu, and Lopez will be joined by the likes of Kai Soto, Ange Kwame, and Dwight Ramos, along with other players who were instrumental in breaking the Korean curse last Wednesday. Despite such a monumental win that was almost 8 years in the making, Ramos says they will not be overconfident and will instead try to improve game after game in the FIBA Asia Cup Qualifiers.
I'm super excited for our team. I mean, we have all young guys. They're all excited to be here, and we're just ready to work every time. Every opportunity we get, we just want to work. And I think everyone has the right attitude going into the games and into practice. We all looking for more improvement, and I know we won the game today, but I still think that everyone's thinking about how to improve and thinking about the next game now.
And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again later at 10 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.